whether they got really, really, really white skin. And there's some actions that you could take. Here's a real quick, simple one, and then Joni, right? It's your turn. When your photographer comes to take a picture at your school, whoever the first person is, that's how they set their lighting. So then, photographers don't even think about it. You're going to have to think about it for them. You're going to have to say to them, you know, when a dark-skinned kid comes up here, I want you to adjust the lighting. When a kid comes up here with really, really white skin, I don't want them looking bleached out in my yearbook. I don't want the black kids looking like a black spot. You need to adjust the light per kid. Because they'll do it once, and then usually it's during PE, and you're running them through.
Okay, now I want to just take that example, and I want you guys to think about that. That was the action, adjust the lighting. What's the value that's being addressed?
I'm sorry, say that again?
He said that was the action, what's the value?
Think of a lot of inference. That was the action, adjust the lighting. What's the value that's being expressed?
Everybody's an individual and should be treated according with that respect. I mean, wasn't saying that being darker is better or lighter is better. It's just let's make them look like they are.
Wait.
Not like.
Wait a minute,
like
y'all was working on number 4.
You know,
let the man finish.
You know, I mean, it's just like. I mean, it's like I was always raised the only way that you can truly give respect is to give respect, not treat someone in a way because you're afraid of injuring their feelings, because then you do not recognize that they're as intelligent as you to know the difference, you know. So the value here with taking the picture, make it to where it's them, not a manipulation of a light source because you either acted out of, because you know most of our problems in schools are out of convenience. We act out of a personal or professional or a convenience, and just take the time to show that that's that child, that's someone's child.
Anyone else?
Did Joni have her turn?
Joni, she didn't get a chance.
Saying, Elaine, guess what? How many do you want? I found a bunch of types. I was like trying to take a cab home. Like all these dolls like buying Christmases, you know. But I did. My little girl. She asked me one time because she had little black dolls and she saw a white doll. She didn't like it. I said, no. So we talked about it, and I said, did you ever see a white kid with black dolls? She thought about it, you know, and I said, you know, let's think about this, you know. And then she thought about it, she said, she looked, you know, I didn't say anything to her month later. She said, no, I never saw any, you know. I said, I wonder why, you know. She thought about it. The next time we went to the store, she got brown, black, tan, you know, dolls of color, you know, because sometimes you find Hispanic dolls, black dolls, you know. So she got them, you know, but you know, as she gets older, sometimes we kind of revisit that, because basically, do you see any white kids with black dolls?
My sister's family.
I saw once in my life, you know,
Ever.
But really, you know, that says something. It's supposed to be multicultural, but look at what the white parents buy their kids, you know, and so that's just kind of reinforcing, you know. But they have all different kids in their class, but yet still certain classes, certain schools.
Well, CNN duplicated this about 3 months ago, and only they used puzzle pieces of a doll and colored them different colors. Same thing happened. But what was revealing was a white woman was watching her kid on TV as he was doing what these girls did, basically, and she was shocked. She says, we talk about race around the dinner table. I talk to my boy about how to treat people. She says, I cannot believe that he would pick the white puzzle piece over the other. And she said, I've got more work to do. Remember what culture is.
I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
My mother, she would travel a lot with me, my wife and everybody. And like the summer, they divide us up. You didn't go Monument to Vermont, you didn't go wherever. So one time my mother took classes at the University of SMU. And she took me and everybody else went to camp upstate New York. And another time she took me to Haiti with her. And as like anywhere from 14, 16, like that age range. And that was the first time. I grew up in the Bronx and everything was very integrated where I was, and it was everybody. I never was all black or all white. And I was being in a totally black society. You know, but this time, you know, the doctor was black, teachers were black, professors were black, everybody was black. And it was just such a, wow, you know, wow. And I was so glad I was able to experience that at a young age, because, you know, that's how a lot of black people feel in America, you know, but everybody's white in certain situations, you know. All the dolls are white, all the Disney characters are white, everything is white, you know, and you don't really realize how much you're influenced by it sometimes. And it was such a good feeling for me to have all the professionals white. Well, you know, everybody, like, I've had friends with the only black person they ever saw was a garbage man out in New Jersey. You know,
Why was that so important to you,
what, to me?
that experience?
It just made me feel proud, you know, because you see so many negative, like even in the news, somebody broke in, somebody got killed.
So you felt proud?
I felt proud that everybody, you know, of course they were bad and good, but the professional people, the teachers, the doctors, because it was a while before I remember I was already out of school. I was like 18, 19 before I had black friends.
Okay.
You know, I remember when I had my first black teacher. That was in New York City. You know, my grandmother was a teacher in the South, in Columbia, but when she came up north, I guess that must have been in the 20s or something, she couldn't, you know, they were not black. So I remember having my first black professionals.
All right. We're running up against some time, so I want to make sure whoever has not had an opportunity to speak or respond. Yes.